Are you ready to stop the self-sabotage and create the life you desire? Well, in order for that to happen, you need to break free from the bad beliefs that are holding your success hostage. You need to optimize the stress by turning it into extra energy for success. And those hurtful habits? Well, we need to give that pain a purpose for progress. Welcome to Stop the Self-Sabotage and Create the Life You Desire podcast. What's one of the best predictors of your future? It's your perception of yourself. It's also known as self-esteem. See, we have self-confidence, self-esteem, and self-worth. They make up what I call the pyramid of power, the three levels of your identity. Self-confidence comes from the actions you take that give you a sense of competency, where you're learning a skill set. So if you want more confidence in your life, you need to take more actions that are going to bring you competency. Then you have the emotional level, and this is self-esteem. It is how you feel about yourself. It is the stories that you tell yourself. It is how you're motivated to go after what you want. And I'm going to talk about that a little bit more in just a moment. And then you've got self-worth. Self-worth is the value that you place on yourself mentally. It is the beliefs that you have, and beliefs after age 13 can only be upgraded through evidence. And that evidence is by you taking consistent action that says, I'm worthy of this. I should have this in my life. Okay. So, it's the three levels of the pyramid. And what is the one level that influences the two on either side of that? That is going to be the middle level, which is going to be self-esteem and your perception of yourself, how you feel about yourself. So how you feel about yourself is going to then have you taking actions, and those actions are either going to be avoidance or amplification. So those actions are going to be, I need to avoid pain, or those actions are going to be, hey, this might be uncomfortable, but I'm going to find a way to give myself competency with this. So that's amplification. Amplification does not mean that it feels good. It means that you are okay with being comfortable until you can get a sense of, hey, I'm getting this. But the middle level of the pyramid also affects that top mental level, which is going to be the beliefs. And so self-esteem and how we feel about ourselves can trigger those beliefs of, maybe I believed in the past that I couldn't have this, that others didn't make it an opportunity for me. They always threw obstacles in my path. I have been through some things that have caused some great distress in my life. I try not to use the word trauma, because trauma says that you potentially need medication, and I'm not into that. I say, you know what? Let's give the pain a purpose for progress. But yeah, there have been some things that you've been through that actually created areas in your brain that, if looked at through a brain scan, will show levels of trauma. Okay. So how you feel about yourself based on that past trauma will determine what beliefs get triggered. And that's when it comes down to your perception of yourself will predict your future. It will determine, are you going to get to where you want to be through who you need to be, or will it determine a repeat of your past and continuing to have problems because you continue to be triggered in who you were when that problem first showed up? And you get to decide. Up to this point, You were triggered and you didn't have a choice. That ends today. So today, your perception, you now have a choice. How you feel about yourself, because those uncomfortable feelings aren't going to go away. The emotional dysregulation is not going to stop. But what's on the other side is emotional optimization to use that emotions that before you felt like were overwhelming you and flooding you. Now we can use them as stepping stones to your success because there's another side to them. But that other side, it then demands from you that you step up into who you can really be, and only then can you begin to use those emotions instead of them using you. Your perception of yourself will determine your future. So is it going to be one of fulfillment, or is it going to be one of fear? You now have a choice. 1-636-699-7791. DrewDawnFerguson.com/2021. That's your choice.